Let's get into the beginner tutorial for Reinhardt, the grandpa who brought a hammer to the gunfight. We'll go over his abilities and what you need to know to get started. He gets the tank roll passive. He takes less knockback, enemies generate less ultimate charge when damaging him, and healing him also gives less ult charge. He takes less damage from critical hits like headshots too. He also has more health than roll Q, which is the normal game mode. Reinhardt's primary fire is Rocket Hammer. He charges up, then swings his hammer in a wide arc. He can't hit headshots, and this also disables his quick melee attack. Trying to quickly melee someone just starts another swing. Reinhardt always first swings from right to left, and then from left to right. You can cancel the swing animation whenever you want with another ability. Cancel too early and the swing damage doesn't come through. Cancel too late and you won't gain any extra time. Don't mind it if you can't do it right away though. There's no way for him to deal any kind of headshot damage. Don't hold down your primary fire button to swing the hammer. The swing is all about timing, and you have to be able to make every single swing count. Similar to how you can peek with guns, going in and out of cover to shoot before going back to cover, you can do the same thing with the hammer. Reinhardt being a tank does not mean that you can just ignore going to cover. If you're not actively doing something that you have to get out of cover for, don't. Just stay put, stay safely behind cover, and your supports will thank you. Reinhardt's secondary fire is Barrier Field. Hold down your secondary fire to deploy a huge shield that he can aim in front of him. It stays there until you let go of the secondary fire button. Reinhardt also slowed while the shield is up, and the shield blocks nearly everything that you throw at it. The shield is also the only thing that takes damage when it blocks something. You can look around while the shield is up, and the shield will follow you wherever you're looking. But if you hold down your primary fire while your shield is also up, you can look around without moving your shield. The barrier has health and can be destroyed. You can see its health in the middle of your screen or slightly above if Reinhardt's shield is deployed. The shield health does not regenerate as long as the shield is deployed. It only regenerates when Reinhardt does not use the shield for long enough. There's a visual indicator for various levels of damage that the shield has taken. The shield health dictates how much and for how long you're able to do things. It's incredibly dangerous to try and do anything if your shield is down, as Reinhardt can be taken out quite fast without the protection of his shield. Having a shield this big is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, you can protect everyone on your team at the same time with one shield, but on the other hand, 5 enemies can shoot at your shield at the same time and they'll instantly melt it. It's really easy to hit it with how big it is. I don't like walking up with the shield like it's a riot shield. I prefer to use it for short durations to block specific amounts of damage, or while walking from cover to cover. Not all heroes in the game have a consistent uptime of their damage. Most have to reload, have a windup for their shot, or they have a very low rate of fire. This creates openings where you can smash your hammer while staying safe from damage at the same time. Remember not to do this when you're trying to regenerate your shield though. Just keep staring at the shield health and your own health before deciding to do things. Reinhardt's ability 1 is Charge. He charges forward and pins one enemy to the wall. The charge has quite a long range, so you usually don't have to worry about the maximum range unless you're trying to play like a Mario Kart. Reinhardt gains movement speed while using this ability, and he can slightly move to the left or right by holding down those movement buttons. You can also cancel the charge early by pressing the ability button again. Reinhardt also stops immediately when hitting a wall or otherwise immovable object. But what's immovable? Just know it exists, it's something for a more advanced guide. While charging, the first enemy in its path is pinned, or in other words, stunned. They can't perform actions until Reinhardt stops charging. There are various interactions with various abilities and charge. Just remember that if something weird happens, like you falling down mid-charge or suddenly falling asleep, or when you don't kill someone instantly when you pin them, it's just Reinhardt's ability being weird as fuck. Charge is an ability with more uses that you might realize at first. It's a simple ability. I mean, you just charge forward and murder, right? In Overwatch, positioning is an incredibly important thing, and so is being able to get from point E to point B as fast as you can. You might think that you need to keep this ability to charge at the enemy tank in order to kill him faster, but you don't have to lower yourself to the level of cavemen. Think, where can I be standing to get as much value as you can? As I see it, charge can have 4 functions: kill, reposition, engage, disengage. And it's even better if you can do multiple things at the same time. The cooldown of the charge isn't too long, so don't be afraid to experiment. Let's get an example. In this clip, I charge forward and instantly delete someone from the fight. Then, I assess the situation and decide to keep fighting and engage. Charge in this situation did multiple things. First the kill, then positioning myself for an engage by dropping down from the bridge. Don't forget that before deciding what to do, to look at your shield health and your own health. You can't be doing crazy 1v5 fights if a silly pink Thai guy kills you with a slap of his flowers. One last move that you can do is that you can jump out of cover before dashing. This makes your trajectory slightly unpredictable whilst giving you a few more options as to where you could be going. Also make sure to dash around to get around if you're not actively fighting. The biggest example of this is when you're walking out of spawn. There are no downsides to not using it, and a lot of downsides of not using this, like being too late to a fight. Reinhardt's ability 2 is Fire Strike. He He launches a blast of fire with his hammer that goes through enemies. There's a wind-up animation and a travel time, so the damage that's coming out is not instant. Nor does the hammer's swing animation from Fire Strike deal any bonus damage. Besides that, he has 2 charges that each has a set cooldown. There's no fall of damage and there's no maximum range either. But it does stop when it hits walls, not shields. It goes for shields. Don't be like me, trying to shield Fire Strike from the enemy Reinhardt. You can activate any other ability of Reinhardt while swinging Rocket Hammer to cancel the swing prematurely. The damage luckily comes out in the middle of a swing animation, and we can use this to our advantage together with Fire Strike. You can hear with a small tick or through visual indicators when the damage is done, and that's when you can press shields, charge or Fire Strike. The most important one being primary fire into Fire Strike. And another use of Fire Strike is his ability to contest people on high grounds or far away. Reinhardt lacks any ranged options, except for Fire Strike. And with 2 charges, you can decide on how to use it. Keep it for a close fight, snipe the Widow down that's 5 kilometers away. As a rule of thumb, I like to always use at least one of the Fire Strikes that I have, so the cooldown is doing its job. It's free damage that you could be missing out on. But at the same time, I'm also keeping 1 Fire Strike just in case that the enemy tank is literally running in my face. I don't like using both Fire Strikes for poking. But in a close-up fight, I don't mind using this ability as much as possible. Reinhardt's ultimate is Earthshatter. He slams down his hammer and stuns everyone in a cone-shaped area in front of him. There's a small delay before the stun comes out, and Reinhardt has to be on the ground or else nothing happens. The exact area that stuns enemies has to travel from the hammer forward before it actually does anything. You can actually see where the stun is based on the crumbling ground. Contrary to how getting stunned might feel like a death sentence, the ultimate itself does not deal a lot of damage, unless you hit an enemy directly with the hammer slamming down, in which case Reinhardt deals a lot of bonus damage, and you'll hear a dink sound similar to hitting a headshot if you do it correctly. An almost instant kill is to use Earthshatter, then charge any non-tank enemy into the wall. This kills pretty much everyone, and since everyone is stunned, they can't even fight back. This sometimes doesn't work out as planned. In that case, it's time for the second backup plan. Just swing as hard as you can with the Fire Strike combo. Swing Rocket Hammer, then cancel the animation after the damage came out and use Fire Strike. Fire Strike goes through every enemy that's on the ground, and if everyone is just in a straight line, that makes it super easy to hit everyone at the same time. In a pinch, you can also use Earthshatter to get someone off of your team. Not ideal, but if it has to be done, go for it. Don't be afraid to ult a single person. If you want to make it personal, make it a good smack right on their head. Reinhardt is a hero with a lot of history, so if I missed anything that you believe beginner players should know, share it in the comments and please subscribe while you're at it.